Astralis.
Whole minute, man. Unbelievable. Well, we're going to get into the game here. It's Cloud9 starting on the CT side, Astralis on the T side. Had a big welcome to all of you here at the ELEAGUE Premier. It's the first map going in favor of Astralis, and now they're trying to see if they can rush down Skadoodle. He's very lonesome for backup, and I'm almost a bit shocked that they don't follow him, but yeah, actually makes it back around the corner. They could have probably run him down.
Might have been able to, but you never know what the setup is for the rest of Cloud9. That's what they were worried about. Now I think Skadoodle, in the other sense, that this one is a little bit curious that they're letting him get away. Still, I think they're just being kept honest by the potential of the fact that Cloud9 could have stacked these bathrooms and just have staggered battles of Skadoodle luring you into these different choke points, different crossfires. There's 3 quick kills, great kills from Cloud9. Rush and Stico adding into it. Skadoodle does go down, and dupreeh is having some kind of a response. He's keeping Astralis in this somehow and just barely.
Yeah, big kills coming through, at least giving a chance here for the Danish side to maybe turn it around. They started to rotate back, but so are Cloud9 on the other side. They're reading this all the way through. They were really feeling each other out at the beginning of this round, so not really sure where the push was going to come. You could see almost all the time there was going to be some sort of firefight happening. And then 3 quick kills for Cloud9, and now they're looking in a great position. Automatic going to get shot down, though. Device, and he goes down right afterwards. Golden locking it down. dupreeh having a hard time. He gets that kill on Stico anyway. A little bit of damage. 1 headshot here would be enough on Golden, and dupreeh knows it. He's so ready for it. Golden has to make the jump down, and when he does, he's very vulnerable down on low ground. dupreeh with, oh my god! What a read, what a bait! He fakes going back around the corner, and dupreeh with a quad kill. That is the next level, ladies and gentlemen.
Not just every single kill dupreeh has in that pistol round is incredibly impressive. From the first 2 at the A bomb, so to keep him in it, the jumping kill earlier, I believe that was Stico doing this. That one right there, that's gorgeous. And you're exactly right, the bait to get around this corner and go back for it. He knows likely Golden's gonna drop during that time. Probably just expecting to get a little bit more chip damage, but he does end up closing him out. That is nasty.
Oh. I think you could tell even mentally that one really stung, because I mean, how do you can't even blame Golden for it, because he has to get down on the low ground, and the instant you jump to get over that railing, that's when you are so exposed. Yeah, like they're really not in a good spot, right?
You have to say though, I mean, let's go, if you take it back to Inferno, even this is 2 pistol rounds now that Cloud9. I mean, the first half of pistol round in Inferno, and the first one here where they should have won this. This was a 2-on-5. dupreeh and Device versus 5 Cloud9 players. Device gets 2 quick kills in response. But then from there, I mean, it's great cover by Device. Remember, dupreeh's planting the bomb. Device has that P250. He gets a 1-tap onto Automatic right when Automatic is trying to stop the plant from going down. That's the classic, I broke something.
I think his in-ears have got all jumbled up, it looks like. I don't know how that happens. You know, if you have those, obviously I've reached the wireless level of my life, Moses. I don't have wires anymore on any of my headsets.
Wasn't there just an event where a wireless mouse ran out of batteries during competition? I'm pretty sure
okay, I don't have wireless mouse with keyboard,
okay,
but all of my headsets, they're all wireless. And
CS:GO Tom Cruise.
He does. There is a resemblance.
No, there's not.
A little bit.
Listen, Denmark, get out of here. You don't mess with my Tom Cruise.
Just a tiny bit.
My man Tom. Besides, I mean, you know, Cloud9's going to have that cameo in the sequel of Top Gun. And yeah, I know it's Navy versus Air Force, but it's going to happen either way.
Yeah, you think he's going to be in there? Listen, I'd be...
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, no, I mean...
He already is, but someone from Cloud9 will be.
I would love that. I mean, Skadoodle already looks like someone who should be in a war movie.
He does have that farmer strength. He'd probably fill out the Air Force uniforms quite nice.
Yeah. Get that happening. Looks like maybe a couple of minutes more before we get back into it. But you know, back when I still had wired headsets,
okay.
Back in those days.
The Stone Age, as we call it.
As soon as you put them in your pocket, they just all jumbled up. How does that happen? Like the minute you do it, like
I don't know. Why are you just like shoving them in your pocket all willy?
No,
why aren't you like properly winding up the wire just a little bit? It takes an extra 15 seconds.
That doesn't work. I'll show you. We'll buy some and I'll show you. It doesn't work.
I'm not gonna buy some just to prove you wrong, Anders, but I'll use yours and just prove you wrong.
Listen, we'll figure it out. There's something weird going on there. So
like some voodoo magic that's just ruining your life with tangling cords.
It's how it's felt. That's why I moved to wireless. I couldn't beat that. So I just felt like it was going to happen. Well, it looks like we're going back into the game. Good news for all of you watching. And yeah,
everyone watching with that kind of a play of dupreeh and pistol round. Like, get back to the action, please.
Yeah, we want that. Scout on Stiko. Could we not get one on Skadoodle? I would love it.
No, he's got to save for the op. You don't want him to buy the scout. Save for the op.
But just throw it over to him, you know.
Here's the tough part. I don't even, if I'm Cloud9, I mean, I kind of understand you sort of, like teams feel like they kind of have to go for these buys because there's such a decent chance of winning it. But if I'm Cloud9 on a map like this where you're even more of an underdog than you were on Inferno, I'm just saying, you know what? No one buy anything. Let's just give up second and third round. Let's go into that fourth round where we have the rifles and just have everything we could possibly want. Because they need everything they can. If they go into the fourth round and lose it after this buy, I mean, it's just going to be 5 straight for Astralis, and they don't need any more helping hands.
Well, at least the scout got a tag on somebody. Glaive down to 30. If you can start a round, even if you don't get any kills with the scout at all, if you just get like 2 or 3 body shots in with it, that's usually enough to put a lot of break on the T side. It's very hard to move around the map when everybody's on 30 health, so they're all stacked up here. Looks like they've got a very good idea of what's going on at the moment, and with a headshot onto device, suddenly a lot changes, almost catching Dupree. And Astralis still pressing the issue. They're just moving on to the side. Golden getting a headshot, shutting down Glaive. Nice boost there. Magic getting a little bit in return, at least double kill with the MAC-10. It's still a 3-on-3, and the flank coming in. Rush crouches down with a 5-7. Actually no kills yet. It's still Stiko with the scout. I don't know. He has 20 bullets at 5-7, and he couldn't find a kill with it yet. That's a bit disappointing, but Stiko just doing all the work in this round. 3 kills. Really well done.
There they go. They've done it. They win the round off that. I didn't even think they should be fighting for that round, and they take it away from Astralis. Well played. Triple kill from Stiko. That's beautiful with the scout. Astralis again, I mean, just being put on notice. It almost feels like, I think maybe we're kind of a little bit biased in a way, I guess, but it does feel like this should just be Astralis kind of marching to victory through this one. And first obstacle is put up by Cloud9, and we saw they weren't easy obstacles to get past on Inferno. So if Cloud9 mounts that similar kind of fight in this map, it can be a pretty scary situation for Astralis. So I mean, you could even see it on their face when I left the studio very briefly. It was just like, oh my God, that was way too close. Like sighs of relief across the board for the Danish guys.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you don't want to have that big adrenaline dump after the first map. You know, you want to make sure you can sort of keep the focus into the next one. Body armor on almost everyone except Glaive in this round, so they can put up a bit of a fight with the pistols, but ultimately, obviously, the advantage is with the CT side. And I wouldn't be challenging this Deagle too much. Just leave it alone for a while.
Magisk has one as well. Utility going to be put up by Cloud9 to kind of restrict where they can get peeked from. Meanwhile, at the B-bomb site, not a whole lot of pressure being applied. It's at Nix and Dupree, so they don't have those deagles that can find the pick. They have the CZs you need to get close up during the execution, during the hit. Here we go, smokes out towards the bomb site. Going to start moving forward, going to start attacking this a bit more aggressively. Astralis need to just find one opening. That flashbang might just do it. Defenders are completely blind, even Golden coming in from a different angle. And there goes Skadoodle, which is going to put the defense in all kinds of confusion, but they're handling it well.
Yeah, they've got so many people stacked up here. I think Cloud9 is doing a great job at communicating at the moment. Dupree going to be taking that automatic and a little bit scary. Golden going down as well. How has this fallen apart? Cloud9 had everybody here, and it hasn't been enough yet. Now Rush. Bomb going down. He's been spotted, so they know exactly where he is. And now Glaive. Yeah, he's very worried. If he took a step back, he'd probably be dead immediately. They've got to keep this crossfire. They can't really give themselves up to Rush just yet. And he runs back around. That's really annoying. Now Rush knows he's got to spend a lot of time looking for them. This is not the kind of game you want to play when you don't have a defuse kit. Quick peek, bit of damage onto Dupree. They're so low on health, but I think because of the time, they're going to have this anyway. He knows it as well. Going to be backing off, and looks like Astralis have done it. Picks up a kit and flows at the flashbang, but again, they're just not peeking it whatsoever. So Astralis stealing it back from Cloud9 in the third round. That's annoying.
That is brutal as well. What a cool little trick from Glaive. He gets the one kill on top of the boxes in the bomb site and then readjusts behind the smoke into the corner. And his second opponent, I think it was Stiko, who didn't even spec. Actually, it might have been Golden, who just pushes up. This is great. Watch this. First kill over the boxes as he gets it, and now he just drops over. He changes position. We don't actually. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's the one.
Yeah.
So we got thrown all around.
Yeah, that's huge. And again, it's down to some of the calls coming out, right? If you just got a call that he's on top of the box, he just got the kill on me, and then suddenly he's just, I mean, quite far away, actually. It's going to be very annoying. 4th round coming up, and we've seen this before. It feels like when you get into this kind of competition where people are just forcing and forcing and forcing, you know, it keeps happening until somebody wins 2 in a row.
And it's likely going to be Astralis. Great entries towards this B bomb site. It's automatic. He's the only one to defend, so he's got to come up with something incredible. He does have a teammate just here, right at the sandbags. Golden's come through, but he's now got the AK-47. He could do more. Xyp9x takes him down, and automatic's going to make his move now, and he's paying off. 2 headshots for him. And I think still Astralis is going to come out on top. Stiko with the scout. He got a triple kill in the 2nd round. Waiting from above. Smoke obscures his vision, and with over a minute remaining in the round, Astralis slows it down.
Yeah, and they know that he's just one guy that has to find the right position. If they can fall back towards the other bomb site, and he's going to hear it now, the grenade on top, so... What a defense being put up from Automatic. If there hadn't, I mean, there were 3 people running out of the ramp, and he killed 2 of them. If that had been it, and he could have reloaded and readjusted, that would have been quite something.
I think Stiko can still do this if he finds magic. It would be incredible, obviously. The tough part is there's no kit, obviously no armor. Even if he just takes that AK away, though, there's some value there.
Yeah, sneaking in, looking for it. He's got the USP out. Find the 1 kill right there, and as you said, swapping out for the AK-47 now. How much of a hero do you want to be in a 1 versus 1 like this? No armor, no kit, and yeah, he's going to just fall back instead. But still, I mean, making the most out of the round.
Question becomes, if you're Cloud9, now you have an AK-47 in the next round to play with. Do you pass that over to someone like Automatic or someone like Russian and have them buy some armor and maybe see if you can do anything with it, or do you play?
It does tempt you to do something like that, and I think actually that's a temptation you have to fight, which is not easy.
No, it really isn't. It is not an easy thing. Great shots from Automatic to pull this even within a winning possibility, and an even better recovery from Match. 3 kills in the round for him. Stellar play. Astralis up 3-1, and 1 more save round. Yeah, Stiko does buy the armor, so he goes down to 1,600. That's not too far behind his teammates, as he has gotten a couple extra kills in a few of these rounds. But here we go.
Definitely gives him a chance to take the fight. We'll see how this works out. 3-1, 5th round now, beginning. And looks like they're able to make their way quite far. I mean, Stiko's managed to flank their way around, but they're really quick on the B bomb site, which is such an annoyance for Cloud9. If Astralis had been slow, then Stiko's position would have been so good to wrap around, and they could have done a lot more. Oh my god, Automatic is having one of those days, isn't he?
Yeah, some precision showing up. We know Automatic can do it. There goes Device. 3-on-3 now, and actually Glaive's got to be careful. He's going to go aggressive, but he almost ran right into that Deagle. Any more kills that can come out for Cloud9, open up the flank for Stiko, but instead, Astralis has made the decision to get aggressive towards the 2 players with no armor and pistols, which is quite obviously the right choice. Stiko and other options, just save the AK-47, but that's not bad. We mentioned he spends a little bit of extra in this round. Keeping this gun is just fine. Everyone's going to be buying in the next round, so gave yourself a chance. Got a couple kills out of the round. The next one is the big deal for C9.
Yeah, Magus is kind of out hunting his Glaive as well. The bomb's going to go up pretty soon, so they're going to have to be quick if they want to find him. But yeah, really making the most of it. Again, I mean, this round, it would have been fun to see this round with a slower Astralis. If he could have got a bit closer. I mean, if you get that flank in from the other side of the map, if you get the first kill just as they put out their grenades towards the B-bomb site, like if that timing is that good,
yeah,
it's so confusing around the T side. Like you've just made the call and you say, okay, 3, 2, 1, go, and then you lose somebody and you're like, what? You know, what? Why is this happening? But yeah, they were pretty quick about it. Didn't give him much room to work with at all.
I think we're gonna see Astralis keep up some of this early round pressure, some of like a faster pace, because I think this is really where you can, especially if they realize Screw doesn't have an AWP. Just because it's like, you know, make this as confusing as possible. Make it as difficult as possible for Cloud on this defense to feel comfortable, because you saw what happens on Inferno when they do start to feel comfortable. They can put up some numbers. Screw can do some work with the AWPs. So get in their face early and make them feel like they don't know what's coming. Screw has fallen back, some pressure applied by Astralis. Bomb is still very far back, so no real chance of any kind of dangerous hit coming in. That's a good spin. That's a good find from Golden on the jumping Xyp9x looking for information.
Yeah, that did much more damage than I was really expecting, so well done.
Probably more than Xyp9x was expecting as well.
There are so many creative boosts and so many plays that happen around that area from both C and CT side, so it's really interesting to see just how that plays out over the course of a game. because the T's can do so many boosts on their side that can sort of look into the B-bomb side. Sometimes they work great, and it's always the fun part of the game.
Nice shot from Device. There's the op advantage for the Astralis side. Good pickup. Not sure if that was a boost or maybe through the smoke. Skadoodle going to try and fall back now. Not a lot of utility left for the Danes, so they kind of have to make this work, and Dupree is so close to long. No one's watching that at the moment for Cloud9, but doesn't matter. Xyp9x gets the opening kill, and Stiko is left to hold on to what he can.
Very low. He's got tagged heavily through the smoke. Tries to put a bullet through, which actually can do, but able to find the right angle. He still gets the kill on Xyp. That's so big. Somehow Stiko coming up with a huge triple, starting off with Dupree walking through the smoke, but now still a 2-on-2. And with no smoke to force anyone out, that AWP on Device is going to be absolutely lethal. If they try and go for the defuse here, just don't see how it's even going to work. Stiko also the one on low health. Device already picking up one, and that'll be the end of it. Such a great effort put in from Stiko, and it still wasn't enough.
Device starts the round with the opening kill, watches the flank for the entirety, and then plays the post plant perfectly. It's that closing kill. Yeah, the only real option there, if you're going to actually go for that, is put Stiko on the bombs, just in case he dies. The kit is easy to pick up, but there was just no utility to really fight for that. Incredibly heroic from him to begin with, and the unfortunate part is that kind of lured them into a sense that they should go for that 2-on-2, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
When you get those kills and everything, it's like, yeah, we kind of, 2-on-2, we kind of have to go for it, but now it's going to get so tough for Cloud9 to recover. They're going to start getting the losing bonus built up, but they're in that kind of, they're going to be in that economic hell where it's, save one, buy one, save one, buy one over and over, but see if they can kind of prevent the spiral from being too damaging.
Trying with the Deagle. We've seen him do it a couple of times already. Maybe a headshot there on Dupree, nicely landed. Trying to reposition himself all the time so that they don't really know where he is. A little bit more damage on Glaive. See if Automatic can give them a chance in this round. Glaive is going to be incredibly ready. Good swap out as well on Astralis, giving the AWP to the lowest health player and just giving Device the AK instead. Makes a lot of sense. Stiko not going to challenge that bomb plant whatsoever. You can shoot through that box though, Moses. It's back.
Oh, it's been a while. Nice shot from Magisk, helping to secure an escape route for Astralis as they evacuate the bomb site. Just down to Stiko, has had some nice shots, but obviously no chance of winning. Just trying to get a little parting gift. Couple tags on Device, does eventually find it with that third connection. 6-1, Astralis looking to run away with it, but another buy coming in for Cloud9 in this next round.
Yeah, having themselves a very good time.
First time we'll see Skadoodle with the AWP.
So how do you play that? What's the most likely position that you get that first kill, run away somewhere?
I mean, you'd imagine he'd want to get aggressive towards, Picnic or something like that and see if he can find something or a staircase. He's had 0 kills right now. He's having a 007, a real James Bond moment.
Not the time for it, is it? Automatic's got the other AWP, so it'll be interesting to see if they can have some sort of an impact in this round.
Double op setup for them did not look good on Inferno though. I can't really tell a time on that map on that defense where I thought the double op was really being impactful. So Skadoodle's actually playing it passively out towards long. He's over on the flower pots. And Stiko is close up in the bathrooms. Now they're all gonna fall back as Astralis applies some pressure towards that B bomb site. Automatic takes one shot and backs away. And all of a sudden, all the map has opened up on the other side, where Cloud9 once just had a line of a wall of 3 players over in bathrooms and towards long A. Everyone has sunk back, giving up a lot of control for the Danes.
Stiko and Skadoodle sort of having their own little A defense. But with Skadoodle this far up, one grenade could separate the 2 players, and then suddenly Stiko can't help out Skadoodle or the other way around, and you've got to be very careful about that. You can see Astralis are just clearing out all of the map, making sure no one's hiding in any of these positions. And Golden, question is, when is he going to rotate out of that B-bomb side?
Look how much more cautious Astralis is as well when they know there's going to be an op on the board, and they realize the bonus is built up far enough for Skadoodle to have that op on the map, and they've definitely heard automatics already in this round, so they're not peeking any corners, not being too aggressive, making sure when they do attack and gain more map control, it's with the backup of utility. Wall of smokes in the site can allow Astralis to have a plant. We'll see who takes most losses in this scenario. Stiko looking over the boxes, almost finds one, does find the spray, but he's traded immediately.
Good spray for Stico, really well done. Meg is going to be going down. Glaive with 1 kill in return. And it's still a 3-on-3 with 6 seconds left. They can't even pick up the bomb. They're just going to hold it. Golden with a great double. And time is going to be running out. Cloud9, a lot of men here to defend, and that's what they needed. And it worked. Getting them finally a second round on the board here.
Just seemed a little bit slow on actually attacking the bomb site itself, Astralis. Those smokes, that smoke wall on the utility was used quite a while before actually any losses came out on the C9 side, and obviously Golden takes up a decent position and just waits, and he knows the timer is going to be his friend at that point. With only 6 seconds, he just needs that one critical kill to prevent the plant from coming in, to prevent anyone from picking up the bomb. Oddly enough, Astralis with a decent run there, running out of cash now. You can see Magisk is limited on his utility. Device still has the AWP, but close to being reset on this offensive side.
And this time, actually fighting for connector control. Cloud9, something that they haven't really done so much in the past. Gives them a bit of room up by the birthday party area as well. And Astralis are not even challenging it. Interesting. They're just gonna sort of fall back a little bit. Previously, they've spent a fair few grenades, Astralis, just clearing out the stairs down here with Molotovs and everything else, and this round they just say no.
I think part of it might be, one, they don't want to use all the utility on that. It's Magisk, for instance, who has no nades, right? So you can't really send him to chuck flashbangs and Molotovs at the staircase, but also I think they want to get some players in position to really punish the evacuation. If they do use that utility, if they do get one kill, they want to be able to kind of trade anyone or get anyone stuck. Stico, for instance, if his teammate goes down, he'll try and evacuate. Magisk gonna turn the corner, not ready for that. Good angle from Stico, and there's no response for Astralis. Actually, even Skadoodle is gonna be able to get away. Glaive is covering this exit, but no one from C9 challenging. Oh God.
Oh no. Oh my God, Debris with the team kill. What in God's name is happening in this round?
That has got to be frustrating if you're Glaive. That is unreal, and even in Device now, he's trying to get him back into it. One kill for him. He would love to find Skadoodle, but it's not going to be available. Xyp9x with the bomb rotating back, but he's got to go quick. 15 seconds, and actually the position is there for Automatic to have the information. He's gambling of which side that first attack is going to come from. Now using the pillar, the timing, the blind shot, and Device. He's slowed down too much. This is a round for Cloud9 no matter what happens. Rush closes it out. And a couple head-scratching rounds from Astralis.
Yeah, very much so. My God, that's incredible. And honestly, the flashbang there on Automatic was so good, and he still got the kill. That's if Astralis have a look at the demo, they're going to be a little bit annoyed about that.
The weird thing is this area where someone had, like, I think it was Glaive who had his knife out and then spots Stico coming up the stairs, and they turn and Device is there. That had to have been a situation where he's looking at a teammate, since they're in like looking at a screen or looking over at him to say something, whatever it might have been. But I mean, they had to have known that someone was still on the staircase because they killed Magisk. That's what made it so confusing, that they just didn't seem to care about any of the presence in that staircase.
Oh, Rush being caught out a bit, that's unfortunate. They're not connecting. Golden does pick up a triple in the round, so regardless, even with a couple of casualties. Oh my God, Meg is turning it around with a C-set 75. He can't find anything. He just needed a gun on the ground, and Skadoodle will take him down. Another round here for Cloud9. A lot of casualties there, and that's actually that's a kind of a big deal, but still, 6-4.
It's kind of a huge deal.
Yeah,
especially because they could have even lost that if he just hadn't run out of bullets. But that was beautiful work. I mean, takes a lot of money away, forces the rebuys, puts him a little bit closer to being reset as soon as Astralis can get back on the board. 6-4, and you can see, having to repurchase 4 guns, that is a disaster for the C9 economy.
11th round now. A double up still in play here for the Cloud9 team. What can Astralis do? They had some of the previous rounds where they were quite quick. This time they're going to lose Sip immediately. Automatic down at the B bomb site. Getting that first pick off with the AWP, that always feels great. Rush actually getting crept in on. Just edging their way around the corner. He's very low on health. He's no idea where to look, and he's going to be going down. Automatic next. A big double opening there for Magus. Can I see you shaking your head, Moses?
I mean,
as
soon as Astralis, as soon as Automatic misses that shot, Rush is screwed. But Automatic even moves up farther into the open to just have an impossible situation where he's in a one and done. So a couple of mistakes there, I think, from Automatic.
So normally you get that kill outside B, surely you feel a lot more safe, but it almost felt like they got the kill, but then they still gave all the space to Astralis to work with.
I don't think they expected Astralis to be like, oh, we've lost this player. Now
we go.
Now we go right at them. but
Yeah.
that's how it happens. That's how it ends. 6-4, a small run for Cloud9, a couple rounds for them, and now Sticker Golden and Skidoodle, they have to save these weapons. It's the only option available because they, like we said, they have no money. Might be able to drop over some SMGs. I don't think we're gonna get any extra rifle. Memory serves in the economy.
Well, that's one of those, that's where it really matters, all those kills from Aegis, right? They come back in this round, suddenly it's a big deal.
I mean, we pointed that out as well when it was Skidoodle at the end of Inferno who helped kind of economically ruin his opposition. And yeah, a couple big misses from Automatic there. The two shots he took, both not finding their mark, which kind of prevents that bomb site from being held onto for C9.
That'd be a fun round to ask them about in the future, the 11th round, just to say, you know, you got that first kill outside B, and then they just rush in and kill everybody. Like, what happened to the communication? Like, what was going on there? That would be worth knowing. You're right, they drop out from us a UMP there on Automatic, and Skidoodle getting the first kill. Good job on Cloud9. Like, that's, if you could do that almost every round, that's going to be a good feel.
Yes. If you could do it every round. They found a couple pickoffs towards that B bomb site at the very least, so I mean that's at least a consistent spot on the map where they're finding that first frag. Skidoodle now is rotated back towards A. Coming down the stairs, but Golden's got his eyes on that. He's got the first kill as well. They almost line up for him, but Device is too fast with the ult. Rush lays down the smoke to delay. We'll have to come right at him through the smoke with no visibility, and instead they're going to wrap around through Monster. The extra couple seconds allows Skidoodle to drop into water in time, but Automatic doesn't clear all the way towards Monster.
Yeah, he would have seen all of them there. Good kill for Skidoodle. Can he get another one in? Just on scope for the wrong time, and now they're getting closer. Rush has gone down. There's one more teammate here. Skidoodle doing a lot of work now. A big triple coming out from him, and just Device left with 40 seconds. I think got one with the pistol, but Automatic will run him down. And Skidoodle, slow start to this map for him, but that's a really heavy impact round. He's
always been very good in those situations across his entire career, even during slumps. He's always been good when he's in some kind of a crazy situation with different angles, when all hell's broken loose and there's no real fundamental way to play that kind of a situation. He just does a very good job keeping his calm, finding those kills, and a big triple kill that round from him puts him up to 4. You're right, that is a very slow start. Rush as well. Echoes the sentiments of Yanko of who's going to kill people on this team. Two players you'd kind of point to and say they have to be killing people for Cloud9 to win. Both sitting at 4 frags.
So, reasonable question to ask, given the nature of the game.
It is a question that must get answered by pretty much every team that plays this. So, from here though, it's weird. Astralis seems to have kind of stalled out behind these smokes. They have everyone here. Xyp9x has the bomb. And they're kind of stuck behind their smokes with nowhere to go, so they're going to back away. 2 AK-47s on the board, but they just don't have utility, and actually Sticker with his flank has trapped them for the most part.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit annoying. Otherwise, that would have been interesting, and he also gets caught. So still a 3-on-3, I suppose, and they actually have armor. Cloud9 have got to be very careful they don't mess up in this situation.
It's a pretty even round, all things considered. Yes, dupreeh is low, but there's 2 ops on the board for Cloud9. Both teams only have the 1 flashbang as well. 45 seconds, a lot of time to make Cloud9 sweat, as they have no clue what's coming quite yet. This flashbang will give it away when Device throws it. But if it's impactful in any way, there goes Rush's vision. Good shot from Skidoodle onto Xyp9x. That's big.
And the bomb even makes it further out towards the right, so now they actually have to overextend a bit to go and pick it up. That's annoying. Skidoodle is counting on that as well. Device will go down, and great hold. Skidoodle back-to-back rounds now, having an impact, starting to really wake up. We're looking at 7-6. I mean, this is not so bad for Cloud9. This is within a territory where you can start to really do something.
This is great for Cloud9. I mean, unfortunately, they are on the CT side. You'd expect a little bit more out of them, but I think regardless of how this is ending, I think we're seeing better things from Cloud9 than we actually thought against.
Yeah. Would you throw a game to please someone, Moses?
No.
Wow. Not even if it was me?
Hell no. There's not a lot in this. You know what? Let's not even go there. Pistol round. Oh no, excuse me. Round with pistols. You've flustered me. Only Glocks.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some success in the past, Astralis. I just don't think the Glock's going to be the thing to do it. Somehow they found Sticker. Must have had no head armor, surely.
Why is it when Astralis just rushes with pistol, they always like catch someone off guard, just not knowing what's happening? This is going to be tough, but obviously the spam is going to help out. That's beautiful from Automatic. They needed that. Device takes up the position. Now the flank coming in. Device has to get aggressive, and he gets that kill. Can he follow up on it? There's Skadoodle. Yes, he does. With the spin, Device keeping Astralis alive in this round. And even Zipnik's occupying Golden this whole time. And meanwhile, Device is eviscerating everyone else from Cloud9.
This is beyond ridiculous. I have just absolutely no idea. You should never, ever be able to win a round like this. Just an A rush with Glocks towards the bomb site. Bit of damage, but Device will take a quad kill to win the round, and I don't think there's much recovery from that. Like, if you lose this round in your Cloud9, you think that's it.
I think this is the round where when this game ends, everyone's just like, yo, so what happened?
Yeah.
What happened that round? I mean, that is great from Automatic, but Device just takes over from here.
They just have so little to work with. Stiko must have had no head armor, right?
No, yeah, he got killed way too quickly to have head armor.
So that in itself is, you're going to regret that later on.
Listen, cost-cutting effects coming into play. Try not to spend the extra 350 on the helmet. This is what happens when you cut corners.
Yeah, I guess there's a lesson to be learned right there. Don't want to do that. I think,
or certainly they have to invest when when they have Glocks.
So this should have been a 7th round, right? It should have been 7-7. Should be tying up the scoreline, and even then they could probably win 8. Like they could have been 8-7 in their favor.
Yeah, it's a bit different now. It's a different scenario, isn't it? So tough times for Cloud9, but just a little bit caught out. They've done that a number of times actually, where they've had 4 players towards that B bomb site, only 1 over at A, and this time finally they're punished for it. But certainly the faster-paced, low-econ plays from Astralis throughout these 2 maps have kind of caught them off guard. Now it's Cloud9's turn with the pistols to kind of rush forward. We'll see. It's led by the SMG, but that range is just too far, and Zipnik's is just too good to get caught off guard by that.
Yeah, it's a good attempt, but it's not really work out this time. Stiko feeling very isolated. Last player left. There's one on either side of him. He's going to go down through the wall, I believe. Sips shooting him through the tunnel, and that's 9-6 in favor of Astralis here in the first half. I think they're well on their way. I really think that 1 Glock round there, that cuts deep.
I think that's... I mean, I still think that Astralis was going to be winning this anyways, but I think that one certainly just definitely puts it out of reach, right? That's like the extra 2 rounds that you really would have liked if you were Cloud9. Really would have needed even, perhaps.
Your prediction was 16-8 in favor of Astralis, and I was 16-9. So we're
yeah, let's go with that.
That's what we said.
I did kind of amend mine down to 16-6 just to be nice to you.
Did you? I forgot about that.
Let's just say if it's not 16-9, then you lose. Let's just go with that one. I'll take all the rest of the crowd.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is a good point as well. Losing easy rounds despite keeping it close on Astralis' home map. I mean, there have just been some opportunities for Cloud9 to kind of, definitely come in with some more advantages or some more to fight with. And it's just a few. I mean, we just mentioned that Glock round, obviously, but a couple times as well otherwise. A pistol round comes to mind. That was at a 2-on-5, if I recall correctly, between Device and Dupree. And Dupree has that incredible performance. It seems so long ago now. 9-6, though, for Astralis. They're switching over onto the defensive side, their specialty side.
We'll see how this plays out. I think if they get a good start, Cloud9, they could still be quite dangerous on this T side.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the only way you can really say that, obviously, is if they get that kind of weird economic reset. I think that the struggle for them is, I mean, even despite some of the impact rounds that Skadoodle had down the stretch, quiet half from him. Same with Rush, which is worrying. Automatic and Stiko and Golden are doing well, but those aren't players that you're going to expect to do. Well, I mean, Automatic, but Golden and Stiko aren't guys that you're going to expect to necessarily do too much on the T side, although Golden had some nice entries on Inferno. You're going to want those other guys who can create a little bit more opportunities for themselves.
Ooh, okay, calm down. No upgrades to the P250s either, if you notice on the Cloud9 team, which has been a popular trend in...
Yeah, you've been loving that, haven't you?
Yeah, I really think it's a good idea. Like, especially on maps like these where you have long-range fights, you know the CTs are likely to want to fight you. Oh my god, Sid hitting that shot, and Dupree going to go down anyway, so great 2-for-1 trade favoring Cloud9. They must win this round. Magus going to be going down. Automatic sneaking his way around that corner, and Glaive, well, charging in, and he's only going to get the 1 kill. I must say, that was action-packed.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures from Glaive, and he does his best Rambo impression, but it's not going to go anywhere. Device now knows he's got 1 trapped in the bomb site. He has no clue where the other 2 members are, and he's got to try and bait 1 into a peek, so Make your presence known, hope someone responds, and he might actually just choose to back away from this slowly. He's got 100 armor, he can easily buy head armor or just buy a deagle in the next round, save on buying the armor.
If you just get one kill, you know, you could already buy 2 scouts. I guess you could do a bit more. There's one of them. A bit of a fight going on. Very low on health, and again, he's out of time pretty much. Even if he gets this kill, it's really not going to matter all that much. Spam's coming through, and they're going to catch him. No escape. Still, they can buy some scouts if they want to, and they can be effective on this map. We've already seen that.
Yeah, we saw Cloud9 return that favor early in that first half as well. So yeah, the scouts have been impactful. We'll see. This is a good start for C9 at the very best they could have hoped for with the pistol round victory there. I think they lost both on Inferno and then the first in this half, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
You would have said that no matter what I said, wouldn't you?
Sure. I mean, listen, I kind of expect you to do most of the things again, I'm not going to lie.
4 nades for the defense, and actually, oh, this could be dangerous. They're coming up. Oh, that the nade stack could return, and some decent damage done by both sides. Glaive brought down to 34, and Golden down to 34, so pretty identical.
Which I think Cloud9 are going to be just fine with. Again, just the UMP taking a bit of damage.
There's no armor on the Astralis guys, but they all have upgraded pistols. 3 Deagles, 2 CZs, and Magisk and Zipnik still have the HE grenades themselves. So still elements to get caught off guard if you're C9.
Deagle, somehow that shot rings through on Golden. He was already low. And Skadoodle, who had been swapped in for the UMP, gets 2 kills in return, so not bad at all. Magisk, Sip, and Dupree with the grenades. I mean, having those defensive grenades on the CT side is definitely not easy.
Especially at this point in the round where you're not sure the timing of when Cloud9 is going to be anywhere. Automatic lurking outside of the B bomb site. Saw the feet of Zipnik. Zipnik's trying to get a little bit tricky, so he's forced him back.
What if you save them for when the bomb is being planted on B? You just
chuck him in there right at the spot.
Yeah, from the other side of the wall or from the sniper spot or something. You just know how to do it.
It's very possible. They're both here at the moment. We'll see if any of them lose. No, they want to toss them out early, soften them up, and they've done great damage. Way better than your idea, which is, you know, happens pretty frequently. Look at this flank from Dupree. He can do so much work. Here he comes, but his teammates are all gone. Great headshot. 20 seconds left, and Stiko is bleeding internally.
Yeah, they're very low. 1 bullet on either one will almost do it. There's Stiko going down. Bomb will be planted with 13 seconds left and automatic. Not a bad player to have left in a 1v1, and he does have the armor advantage. I think Dupree gonna have to be really quick with a deal if he wants to win this. Bomb out in the open as well. He's got a grenade still, Dupree. Can he guess where he is? If he can, that grenade could actually finish it. That'd be very interesting. He's gonna go for it, throws it up. Oh, a little bit of damage, but not quite enough, and now automatic. Well, they know where he is, but again, so much time already passed, and I think Dupree realizing he's not going to be able to win this fight. Goes for the headshot. It's not bad at all. A lot of economic damage being suffered here by Cloud9, but they still win the round. That's going to be 8 on the board for them.
I mean, he did win the fight. He couldn't do anything about the bomb, could he?
No.
That is great from Dupree. Here's the tough part. Even in a victory round like that, is just like, if you're Cloud9, you're just like, Jesus, can we just have like an easy round, please? Like, why do we have to fight so hard for everything? Just give me something easy to do. And that's got to be just mentally draining, round in, round out, realizing that Astralis have all the plans and all the tools to be able to take you out.
Yeah, a symptom of playing against Astralis, really, isn't it? Like, that's probably what it feels like. Just a constant struggle. 9-8. Let's just see. So far, no real action coming out from the Danish side. They do have a bit of a stack as our server is showing, and they even have a flashbang. That $200 investment, Moses. We love it.
Well, we'll see when they decide to use it. Dupree, it's a little bit late now. Golden's already so close up. There's the flashbang. Can his teammates get anything done? And somehow they've held the line. No damage is exchanged quite yet with that flashbang. There's the first kill from Device. The MAC-10, the armor, and Matches combining it as well. Close to disaster as the bomb is on the ground now. How does Cloud9 get back into this?
I'm not even sure, but they simply have to rush, giving them a window, making sure they have another avenue of attack here. Isolating Device, who's actually... Oh, is he going to go for it? The flank around? If he has the time for it, that would be quite something.
Well, this is going to be brutal. There's just not the manpower for Cloud9 to both push up and watch this flank. This could be huge. The real tough part is, if Device doesn't see anyone, he might call it's towards the B bomb site. The rest of Astralis has already gone there. And Device hasn't seen anything yet to call it off, so this is actually so tough. Astralis has made pretty much all the right moves based on the information they have, but they're missing that one critical piece, and now they have it. Now it's all over. Cloud9 have found a way somehow to get back into this round.
I mean, pure frustration for Astralis, but from our point of view, that just is a perfect display of how much information really matters. It's not like he's doing anything wrong, Device. He's just not getting the info that he needs. Although somehow, I can't even explain why, dupreeh's going to be able to win that fight against Rush. Automatic close by. dupreeh definitely spotted him there. Going to go and re-peek it just a little bit. The rest are coming in from the other side. They're swarming the bomb side and not finding any players on it. dupreeh goes down. Automatic has to be able to do this long range. They're already on it. 10-second defuse. Now Stiko, he has to get this kill. He's no idea what's happening inside of the smoke. Device will take him down, and somehow Astralis is able to win the round. Device, just an absolute magician in this round. Triple for him.
I mean, what Device obviously did that round is incredible, but I want to give special props to dupreeh with that Deagle. Not only just the kill, but when he does eventually see Rush, the next one up in bathrooms, I think like 9 out of 10 players probably would have just taken that fight. And you could see how patient dupreeh was occupying Rush's attention while his teammates get the smoke on the bomb, get Device in position, and start defusing before. I mean, it was even Rush who had to initiate that fight. So he bought so much time and kept attention away from that bomb site. Very patient with how he did that. Even the stack, even though it looked like somehow Cloud9 had found their way around the danger of that stack at the B bomb site, I mean, it still allows Astralis to kind of retake that site as a group together and use that kind of teamwork.
Just a crazy display that round. We saw Astralis almost outcalling themselves based on the information or lack thereof over at the restrooms, and then the smoke that just meant the 10-second defuse could go through while everyone was trying to fight it. Just huge round. And even Stiko has no real option except he has to try and kill Device, right? It's that weird thing where you know that you have to get the diffuser eventually, but with the Galil, the most accurate weapon, it's likely going to take a little bit longer than you expect. And I mean, Device just kind of ended him with a quick headshot anyways. Just dueling out in the open, but he's got his teammate pushed up towards the playground, so no worry about anyone coming from behind. Astralis have complete control of pretty much any situation they'll be presented with. They know that they have all of Cloud9 funneled towards this B bomb site. 3 defenders here for the Danish side. This should be a slaughter. Flashbang, then a double peek into the tunnel, and yeah, just no chance at all. Device, quick shutdown there, triple for him again. And 11-8 the scoreline, so this is looking just very good at the moment. 20 kills as well on Device. He's still having a good game. He's putting together a phenomenal series. If you think back, what did he end with Inferno with? Like something like 35 kills, I think, something around there. It's 31 at the end of regulation, so he was great. Great job, everyone involved from Astralis. Good reads, and now with that kind of with all 5 players surviving, they can really kind of solidify that economy very quickly into the second half. And now it's all about just closing it out. They struggled with that on Inferno. Gonna have a way better knowledge and understanding here on Overpass, especially against a Cloud9 that likely has just added this to the pool. Even with the surprisingly strong performance from Cloud9, you have to imagine that Astralis will be able to shut this one down much easier. Yeah, home territory for them. I mean, even Inferno is obviously a good map for them, but there's something else on Overpass. Flashbang goes a bit high. Golden trying to set himself up, just hoping that could catch somebody. He's managed to get himself quite close to the B bomb side, so at least he can keep an ear out there and, you know, listen for people running back or anything like that. Could be worth something. And there's no limited map control. I mean, they've got the restrooms over on the one side of Astralis, but they're not very aggressive right now. No, they're really not. They're content to kind of let Cloud9 move forward. Most of the emphasis is over towards this B bomb site. 2 players at Monster. Good pick from Skadoodle. And now Automatic, he can just smash it. It's going to be so tough. And that Molotov even bouncing a little bit longer than Glaive would have liked. That's going to allow Automatic to get a head start up the ramp. He's got to do more. Glaive with a double kill. He's so stellar for Astralis on defense. He is so good at picking up the slack when it's needed, buying time. And with Device here, it's going to be almost impossible to chase down Glaive. The reinforcements have arrived in a big way. Great grenades as well to try and keep those people locked down in the tunnel, and Cloud9, they don't even have time to run anywhere else. They have to commit to the bomb side. 14 seconds, edging their way in. Skadoodle almost going down. A shot in the leg, I think, And now that bomb plant, where is it going to come from? 6 seconds now. Maegis wants to stop it, but a little bit too greedy, and Stiko will take him down. And Device going to hero his way down. Onto the low ground, Glaive getting 1 kill there. Device re-peeking and not getting the kill. Glaive going to be going down. Rush somehow stepping it up, and now it's just a pistol out. Sneaking in behind. Oh my god, what a turnaround for Rush. Looked like that should have been the quick kill, but it wasn't, and that's another round now for Cloud9. 9-11.
What a tense situation. I'm not sure how they made that work. I thought that Glaive stalled him out long enough for Astralis to recover, but C9 again somehow making it work. Rush in the bomb site playing so well. Nowhere to go even. He just played the bait. He was just saying, everyone else has to chase me down. Glaive did everything he could. Impressive heroics for him, but it does fall short just at the end. Double kill for Rush. Cloud9 still in it, 9-11, and now they're the ones who have Astralis on the verge of a reset.
Device still lingering around a little bit. I would say normally if you can't make it there quick and you sort of have to sort of stumble around a bit, it's very dangerous to stay on that position, but he's feeling all right about it. Again, there's nobody holding connector for him either, so for all he knows, someone on the T side could be walking up, but he's got some sort of timing in his mind.
Yeah, it's that internal clock, right? He probably worked out a number of different ways. Oh, the smoke obscures Golden's vision. Easy kill for Xyp9x, and actually even Stiko goes down, and they realize Automatic has snuck through. I think now they do, and now he's behind the Molotov as well. 2-man advantage for Astralis. They don't lose these too often, so we'll see if Cloud9 can somehow overcome this. There's the first step. Skadoodle with the op. Glaive peeks right into him. Pretty much identical to the pick Skadoodle got in the previous round.
Yeah, I believe so. It's not bad at all.
Maybe stop doing that peek.
Yeah, I think that's just sage advice. I appreciate that. So if you die all the time doing it, just do something else. I was going to say they had a bit more time, Cloud9, but even that's running out fairly fast here. 30 seconds now on the clock. They've got a lot of grenades, though.
I was going to say, they still have 3 smokes, 2 Molotovs. They have some options, and they can just at least smoke off and get the bomb planted. That would be priority 1. Try to make a wall to get in safely. It's just not going to happen. Too many bodies here. Too quick of a reaction from Astralis, and now 15 seconds left. Spang to the smoke. Rush is creating the opportunity. Can he do more? You do have Device low HP. That would be an easy cleanup, and he just narrowly misses that shot.
Yeah, very tricky. A really good attempt, I think, for Cloud9, but ultimately he just lost a couple of players. Too many in the beginning. And now, how are they going to get back in the game now? Because the problem is once they run out of money, that's where Astralis just start to feel really much at home, and just they're probably going to run away with it, aren't they?
I think this is kind of where Astralis runs away.
Yeah, that's... Oh.
Like right now. That hurts, doesn't it?
I was hoping they had more.
A little bit more?
I was praying.
No, it's not. It's not going to happen.
That scout is a very bad sign.
Listen, Stiko had 3 kills with it in the second round of that opening half from him. They can do some work. T side, it's going to be much more difficult, especially going against, you know, the opposing AWPer.
I wonder who has the best scout stats in the world. It's kind of something to brag about too much, but...
No, because that's a great shot from Device. Now Rush has the scout. Yeah, you don't brag about it, and probably no one really looks into it. All right, an automatic with a deagle. He's been doing that all game, but I know like we always have the eye test, right? Like Chris J's always been objectively good with the scout.
Yeah, Fallen I think as well. Had some good rounds. Oh, grenade. He's going to be followed up with a shot from Glaive, and he's really aware that he's being flanked, so trying to make himself occupy a very small position so that he doesn't get overextended in any way. Got to pre there to help him out. It's good teamwork here coming out from Astralis. You can see how they're making sure there are no easy kills happening right now for Cloud9. Astralis well on their way to making this a 2-0 victory, the first game of the group, of the tournament in fact.
Of the entirety of the tournament. We do have Liquid taking on MIBR coming up next. So
I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm pretty pumped for it as well. A little bit scared, not gonna lie.
A little bit scared?
Yeah.
I think only...
There's only so much disappointment I can handle, and I know it seems like I can handle an infinite amount of disappointment.
Only Bardolph picked...
MIBR.
Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? That makes you even more worried, doesn't it? You know he's going to be insufferable if he gets that prediction correct, so...
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that would play out. Honestly, after having these battles with so many times with you over the years, I don't care who wins as long as you lose. I'll even take a loss as long as you lose. So it doesn't truly matter to me in that sense.
Moses, you're a petty human being.
Oh, extremely petty.
Skadoodle and Automatic gonna be the last two left here. Obviously, not much to really do except talk over this round. They were never going to have much of an impact. They were playing a little bit slowly, and Astralis were being very aggressive and sort of crowding them over on the restroom side of the map. So this is looking scary right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not seeing the same kind of cool basic counterplay that we saw on the T side of Inferno for Cloud9.
I think that's fair, though. I don't want to criticize them too much for that because this is just a map that, like, it's not one of the first maps that you practice, right? Like, you're obviously going to practice Inferno. You're obviously going to practice Mirage. I think those are the two big ones since pretty much every team plays them. You have to be able to compete on those maps on some level. So it makes sense to me that, I mean, we know with Sticker coming in 2-3 weeks ago, Golden coming in for just this week, map pool is going to be one area where this Cloud9 team simply cannot compete. And I still think they're putting up, or they have put up a pretty decent fight, all things considered, on this.
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, we had sort of painted a picture of them as this sort of crumbling tower, and suddenly it doesn't look like it's quite that bad. Look, there's something to build with here. I don't know. I was worried for so many different reasons for Cloud9. I mean, to me, there were a couple of times where Skadoodle looked like he was going to back out of playing altogether, and you know, I sort of wonder when some of the stars left the team, how is that going to impact him personally? Like, there's some stuff like that I was scared for. But yeah, honestly, I'm just happy that they're sticking to it, and they look to be playing pretty well.
And this is a good point to bring up the kind of context that they kind of put themselves in for this tournament. Was like the event is kind of trying to see if we want to do this long term. Here comes this hit from Cloud9, though, slowly putting themselves in a position. They don't have a whole lot of nades left. They've used a lot to get this kind of map control, but it hasn't actually gained them too much.
Glaive playing it close, going to be walking right in. The timing is so good. Rush going to be very annoyed because he had a big role to play in this push towards the A-bomb side, and now he's out of it, so the rest are going to be pushing up against just a full focus defense here. Bit of a flashbang there for Glaive to set it up. Again, they're running low on the clock, 19 seconds. Skadoodle with a kill, but that's not good enough. Stiko taking down his teammate. Device doing more damage, and even a double kill for him. Yes, so quick with the AWP. And it will be another round, 15-9 here. And the money, again, without a bomb plant, not going to be good here for Cloud9.
No, it really isn't. And I'm not even sure. I mean, Cloud9 was somehow getting a lot of crazy kills because Astralis read that the whole way. And without a whole lot of utility, without like a smoke wall, without flashbangs to bomb in towards A, it felt like Cloud9 was going to be able to turn that. They were happy taking some of those fights, but just too many bodies that Astralis rotated over quickly. Too many players that C9 had to burn through. And now, yeah, it does feel like that last gasp for the American-ish side.
American-ish, I like that.
Yeah, that was... Listen, it's on the fly that I create this magic.
Listen, Moses, it's fine. There's, you know, it's a little bit of every part of the world in America. You know, that's the beauty of it. So
yeah, Cloud9 truly is a melting pot of a team at this point.
Exactly. Right? That's it. Device has somehow gone on some sort of adventure with the AWP on his own.
Why is he doing this?
Slight madness here at the 25th round. They're going to be so disappointed when he shoots someone in the back. They're just going to be like, come on, you know, we don't really have much to work with. Why can't you just let us have this at least? They're lining up inside of the tunnel. 1 more second, then should be a free kill, more or less. There's the lineup. Doesn't go for the 2-for-1, but he's going to get Skadoodle anyway. Bomb is down, and 3 versus 4 here, and the grenade on Golden just making it impossible. Meg is having a bit of fun of his own, and now it's just Rush 1 versus 4. And not much that he really can do. Device will take him down for a 60.